Welcome back to another episode of the Garden Salad. Here we are today. We're going to plant these plants out here. It's autumn. I probably should have planted these out probably a month ago, maybe even 2 months at the start. We're in the third month of the autumn right now. Just started, so where I live it's pretty good because we don't have snow. Very rarely have frosts. It just gets really cold. So plants do keep growing even through winter. I wouldn't put things like lettuce in there because things like that, or tomatoes, etc., because they'll definitely die off. But these ones are pretty hardy. Got some leeks, broccoli, cabbage, bok choy, onions. Got some carrots there for the plant. Some spinach, beetroot, which are in seed trays currently. They're just slowly coming up at the moment, so that's a good thing. And we'll plant those out once they get big enough. But for now, we can plant these already, get them into the garden, get them in the ground. You can see here these ones have got a little bit white on them. This is a stuff called deer's dust, and what that does is it deters the caterpillars and the white cabbage moth from coming and laying its eggs on the plants. It doesn't really go into the plant, this particular stuff, so it's pretty safe to eat within like a day or so. So it's really good. It's really good for putting on the veggies to protect them. These have been sitting in the garden now for like this, ready to plant for maybe a week or two. And during that time, I come out at night time and there's always a bunch of snails, always a bunch of slugs. You just got to keep on top of it, keep on picking them off and chucking them away, and hopefully they don't come back. I've got a bit of a snail trap on the side here, which is just, you can't see it, but it's just a bit of wood leading up. And what happens is you have the edge of the garden and you have a bit of wood leading up, and then the snails sit underneath the wood in the dark, and they kind of, during the day they sit there, so they're kind of protected from birds and what have you. So you can just come out, lift a bit of wood off, and there's snails, and get them and chuck them. I don't know why I don't like killing them. I don't like squashing them. Not sure why. I just chuck them as far as I can across the other side of the property. Something about stepping on a snail and it's squishy and crackly and slimy, and I don't know, not for me. I do have a garden planner which I'm going to follow. I've mapped out the plants, how much space each plant has in the garden, and I'll plant those accordingly. For example, cabbage, I think it is, so I'm planting on the back here. Cabbage is quite big, so I'm only going to plant, it needs about 45 centimetres. So I do have this here, just so I can get my spacings right. So that's 45 centimetres. I have no idea what that's like in feet and inches. Sorry for any Americans watching this. Or the countries that use feet and inches. Are there any other countries that use feet and inches? Not.
How many countries use feet and inches? 3. Okay. The US, Liberia, and Myanmar. Okay. Not as many as I thought. I'm assuming everyone else just uses, the most common sense. Millimeters, centimeters, meters, kilometers. Okay.
Maybe. Anyhow, 45 centimetres, which is this long. That's how much space each cabbage will take up. So I'm going to plant 5 along the back. So each needs its individual space. And then I'm going to plant leeks in the middle. So a row of leeks, they need about 15 centimeters, so about that much space to grow. They're only huge amounts, these ones, so it's quite good. And then in the front here, I'm going to plant, I believe is spinach, I think. I have to look at my plan again, which isn't growing yet. It's still coming up. There's a few seeds coming out, but not everything. So I'm going to plant these. I'm going to do this bed first, and then I'm going to do the next bed over there. I've got some carrots here, which are going to go straight into the ground. I'm not sure if you watched the last video I had on planting some seeds. These don't need to be planted in punnets. These are just going to go straight into the ground. All right, let's get started. Right, I might take these out and just lay them out. Pop them out a little bit. Lay them out on the ground. Yep, that'll do it. So these are about 45 centimeters. Oops, throw the plants around. 45 is here. So half of that is 225, so about here, and then 225, yeah, pretty much there. And then from here, we can just say all the way along, extra 45. Sorry for my backside in the photo. So basically, about that. That looks about right. Then I'm going to go 22.5 out from here, which is here. Mount these in. As long as we get the spacing good, then that's amazing. So this one's about here. Actually need some more compost this garden. That will be a spring job, that one. Putting more compost in here. You don't have to measure exactly with a tape measure like I am. It's not that imperative that's exact, but a roundabout. Give or take. Okay, so that's nice and quick. Those 5 are all planted out. This one here might give away to someone, to a neighbour or something. Next we got these leeks. Actually, what I might do is I might just take this out and put this label at the end so I know what's here. Same with this one here, in the centre here. Gonna plant some leeks. So these come in this punnet that's, it's got a lot in here. It's got maybe 5 different leek plants in here, scattered in here. So I'm just gonna gently pull them apart and plant them all individually. That's the thing I like about these leeks, is that it's not just like one per section. You get a few of them, you can just take them apart really easily. Alright, now I'm just going to do this measuring. This is a bit compacted now because I've been standing on it, so I'm just going to roughen up a little bit. Okay, and then say 15 centimeters, which is about here. Pump them in, another 15. Hopefully that's okay. I'm not sure actually how deep we plant these actually. Yes, a little bit deepish you could do. Not sure. Okay, so another 15. Let's go here. Okay, so I've done one little row there. As you can see, it only took one segment, so I've still got heaps left, which I'm not going to need them all. But what I'll do is I'll keep them here in the punnet, like just in case like some die, and then I can chuck them in there. Let me tease these apart a little bit. Sometimes you get a small one, you're like, nah, chuck them out. Too weedy, too small, need some muscles. Need one that's been going to the gym, you know. And those a bit small as well. Just chuck these in. Yes, you can see here I was kind of measuring, but now I'm just like, I've kind of got my bearings a little bit. I'm like, yeah, it's about that tight, that size. Little potatoes, check them out. Where's that muscly one? Mr. Muscles, here he is. Put him in. Check these all the potatoes out. I don't want them growing and taking over all the nutrients. Alright, here we go. That's it. That's these all done. As you can see here, we've still got stacks left, but like I was saying, I might just keep these just in the parts, just to as spares, backups. I might plant my pot. No, probably not. Okay. The last thing we need to do here in this section, I'm going to have some, I think it was spinach along the front here. I better check my garden planner in case it was a bok choy, but like I said, they're just seedlings, not quite growing yet, so we'll wait for those to pop up. Meanwhile, let's give this stuff a water, and just make sure it settles all that dirt around the roots. That's the one thing you want to do, and it'll wash off all the dearest dust on these things, so let's give them another sprinkling. And then after that, it's really just keeping an eye on them, you know, making sure the slugs and snails aren't eating it all. When I come out in the evenings to let the dog out for a bit, I always have a look, see, make sure that not being eaten. Yeah, all right, let's get some water. Yeah. All right, that's that done. Now on to the next garden bed. Okay, the bok choy that I have, I looked at my garden planner and I hadn't actually accounted for it. It was like a last minute thing to buy. I'm assuming it's kind of like spinach, so what I'm going to do is just plant it in this line here where the spinach was going to go. The spacing on these are about the same as the leeks, about 15 to 30 centimeters it says, which is not helpful because that's double the distance. Nope, that one was not working out. Let's try this one. That one's a double, which is great. If I can break them apart, that is. Some more. Okay, the last one. Right, let's try and plant these about 15 centimeters apart. Oops, squash them, it's not good. Okay, it's a little weedy one. I'm not sure if we'll plant that. We'll see. We're just going to have to plant less spinach, that's all. This one actually had like 3 seeds in it, so we'll see if we can break it apart. Not sure. The roots are pretty fibrous in there, eh? I don't want to come apart easily. Alright, we'll put them at the end just in case they don't make it. That's the next one. Alright, we'll put these here at the end, because if they don't make it, if they don't grow that well, then that's fine. We can plant the spinach there when the spinach grows up. Which one do I plant? It's the weedy one, which is tiny, no muscles, right here. And then it's this one that was an extra. Chuck him in, see if he grows. Give him a bit of water. We should know by the time the spinach comes up as to whether he's actually strong enough to survive. And I'll water these guys into. Alright, here we are at the next garden bed. So this section was meant to have some garlic in it, but when I went to check the garlic, it had been sitting in the in my shed for a while, ready to plant out. Went to check it and it was all dried and shriveled. So out of about 6 or 7 plants, I suppose, I got a grand total of 3 cloves to plant. It's not what I anticipated. Last time I checked them, they're all good. I guess it's been a while. Didn't realise. Never mind, it's all good. In here, we're going to plant some carrots. So it's going to be a row of carrots on the front. At the back was actually meant to be cabbage. I didn't realise I planted them in the other garden. So cabbage was meant to be here, and broccoli, which this is here, was meant to be on that side. That's okay. They're both like brassicas. They're both in the same family, so that's okay. What I wanted to do was really kind of get a crop rotation thing going on. So last time there were beans planted along here and peas on that side. So the next rotation you have in a garden would be these sorts of plants, like brassicas, like cabbages, like broccoli. So that's going to go there. Along the back, garlic, I'm going to buy some more. It's a bit of a shame. Here we got the red onion. So this is going to go in the centre. And at the very end of the garden, I've got to have, I'm going to have some beetroot. So the beetroot, along with the spinach, has just been planted as seeds. So that is still growing. They're just starting to come up. So it'll be a little while yet before I plant those ones. But what we can do is we can give these a bit of a head start. We can start planting these. Carrots in the front, broccoli in the back, onion in the middle. Alright, let me get my trail and we'll get stuck into it. What I'm going to do here is just start at the back, so I'm not treading on all this different stuff. I'll take out this broccoli. Broccoli is roughly the same spacing as cabbage, about 45 centimeters. So I'm going to get that set up. Again, I don't think I'll need all of these. In fact, I might only need 4. With my measuring tape. So for this little garden, we've got 45, it's about there, so 22 and a half, it's about there, 45, 45, 45, and probably one more. So again, we're just going to have one left over. 45. So these are all 5 of them, one left over. Put that down there for now. And then at the end, I'm not sure if we can see it on the video, I think you might be able to. At the end, we're going to put the beetroot once that starts growing. Oh, I actually want this to be nice and evenly spaced, just because I do, just so it looks nice at the end of the day. Alright, that was nice. That was nice and easy. That's all good. Now I'm going to plant these onions in the middle. What I'm going to do is just grab some sticks and kind of roughly work out the spacing. They're going to be about 10 centimeters apart. And 2 rows just in here, just in the middle part. So I've just got to work out where I'm going to put the garlic, where I'm going to put the beetroot starts and stops, and then the onions can go in the center. So this is my rough spacing. I'm gonna take out all these bigger sticks on the top here. Just chuck it back in my compost, which is in the corner, which you might just be able to see. Okay, let's get these guys out, eh? Like I was saying, you know, sort of like 10 centimeters apart, the onions. Let's get a go on that. No. Here comes the digging meister, who will dig up my garden because he sees me doing it and he thinks, this is a fantastic idea. Oh, I can dig. Marley, come. Come. No digging, okay? No digging in the garden. It'd be naughty. Okay? Good boy. That's the onions done. Next I'm going to do is the carrots. And they're just going to go along the front here. I might take my gloves off for this one. This type of carrot here just says all year round carrot. It doesn't even give me a variety, so who knows what this is. It's a orange carrot. That's about the best I can give you. Right, these are very fine. What I'm going to do is just go like this along here. Going to plant some of these. Just along here. Chuck this back in the packet and just cover this up a little bit. They don't have to be buried too deep, just a little bit. These are garlic. I'll plant along the edge here, just so I know what they are, so I know they'll be mine from the cupboard. Who knows? Plant those. It's all good. And then we're going to give these a bit of a watering. The thing I like about planting in autumn is in this country, New Zealand, where I'm from, it rains a lot. So I won't have to be watering very much, maybe a little bit during the autumn, but that'll be it. Just a very odd occasion. The weather will be cooling down very, very, very soon. It already has started to, which means that it won't evaporate quite so much, and then we're just going to get downpours of rain and what have you. Like I was saying earlier on, the good thing about New Zealand is that, well, I should say not New Zealand. The good thing about Auckland, where I'm from, which is one of the cities near the top of the country, is that it doesn't snow here. So I don't get snow, and it very rarely gets frost. It doesn't quite get there. It gets down to maybe odd occasions, yes, maybe like 1 or 2 degrees Celsius. Whatever that is in Fahrenheit. What's Fahrenheit? I think it's like 32. Is it 32 Fahrenheit and 0 degrees Celsius? I can't remember now. Not sure about my calculations. It gets down to like 1 degree Celsius, the coldest where I live. Maybe 2, maybe 3 might get a frost, but usually it doesn't actually get down below about 6 or 7 or something like that. It's just the odd time it drops below 6 or 7 really. Just gets really cold, but no fun, no snow to have fun in. But it's good for the plants. It's good for growing stuff. It's interesting because in other places like Australia, where it gets very, very hot in summer, it's only about a 3-hour flight. It's not that far away, but at the moment they're planting tomatoes and normal plants that we're planted in spring. Just because it gets so hot over there, then their winter is equal to our spring. So it's interesting to see that. Interesting to see that even though we're both in the southern hemisphere, 3 hours flight from each other across the ocean, it's not, which is quite different. It's quite different. Different seasons for different plants, so it's quite interesting. Okay, that's it for me. Hopefully I'll get back to showing you guys the planting of the garlic and the beetroot and the spinach later on. So during the editing of the video, I found that the video is about an hour long, which is too long for what I want on YouTube. So I'm going to cut the video right here in half and split it up. So this is the first half, and the second half of the planting will be in about a week or so's time. So thanks guys for watching. I really appreciate it, and just remember to like and subscribe just to see more content on the garden and watch me develop it and watch the garden grow and just get better and better. So thanks guys, and I'll see you next time.